Welcome to Listen and Learn. This is not just a channel. This is your personal space to grow, to improve, and to discover the power of English listening. Imagine a place where you can simply put on your headphones, relax, and absorb English naturally, without stress, without fear, and without pressure. That is what we want to create for you here. Listening is the first step to learning any language, just like a child listens for months before saying the first word. When you listen more, you learn faster, and you start thinking in English automatically. In this channel, we will bring you powerful listening lessons, real life stories, famous speeches, and inspiring conversations that help you improve step by step.
Most English learners struggle with listening because they only focus on reading and writing. But the truth is, language is sound first, text second. That's why we believe listening is the heart of learning. Every episode on Listen and Learn is carefully designed to train your ears and mind. You will hear clear pronunciation, natural speed, and real examples so that you can connect with the language like never before. Our goal is to make you confident, fluent, and ready to communicate in the real world.
So, whether you are a beginner who just started learning English or an advanced learner who wants to polish skills, this channel is for you. Sit back, listen carefully, repeat after the audio, and enjoy the process. Learning should be fun and simple, and we promise to make it that way for you. Welcome to a journey where you don't just study English, you live it, feel it, and experience it.
Listening is the foundation of language learning. Before we ever read a book or write a word, we listen. A baby does not start by writing alphabets. A baby starts by hearing sounds. This is why listening is considered the first skill you must master if you want to speak English fluently. When you listen regularly, you start recognizing patterns, pronunciation, and rhythm. Your brain begins to understand where one word ends and another begins, even when native speakers talk fast. Many learners feel frustrated because they can read English but cannot understand when people speak. This is simply because they have not trained their ears enough.
Listening helps you build vocabulary naturally. When you hear a word many times, you don't just memorize it. You feel it, you know its sound, and you remember it longer. Listening also teaches you correct pronunciation without extra effort. You hear how words connect, how some sounds disappear, and how native speakers use intonation. This is something books cannot teach you. The more you listen, the more natural your own speech becomes.
Another powerful benefit of listening is confidence. When you can understand what others are saying, you no longer feel nervous in conversation. You feel ready to reply, ready to share your thoughts. Listening makes speaking easier because it gives you real-life examples of how words and sentences are used. It's like filling your brain with ready-made sentences that you can use whenever you need.
Finally, listening brings culture into your learning. Through audio and videos, you hear jokes, emotions, and expressions that are part of daily life. You don't just learn words, you learn how people actually use them in different situations. That makes your English not just correct, but alive and natural.
So if you are serious about learning English, make listening your #1 priority. Spend time every day with English audio, songs, podcasts, news, movies, or even this channel. Remember, the more you listen, the better you will speak, think, and feel in English.
Many English learners work hard but still fail to improve their listening skills. And the reason is usually simple. They are practicing in the wrong way. The first common mistake is only reading subtitles instead of listening carefully. Subtitles are useful at first, but if you keep your eyes on the text all the time, your ears never get trained. Your brain becomes dependent on reading, not listening. The solution is to use subtitles only for checking difficult parts. Listen first without subtitles, then watch again with subtitles to confirm what you heard.
The second mistake is choosing listening material that is too difficult. Some learners immediately try to watch fast movies or complicated news reports. When they don't understand, they feel frustrated and give up. This is like trying to lift 50-kilogram weights on your first day in the gym. Instead, start small. Choose slow, clear, short audio. Gradually increase the level as you improve. Another mistake is passive listening without focus. Some people just play English audio in the background while doing other work. This is good for exposure, but it does not build real listening skills unless you actively focus for at least some time each day. Active listening means sitting down with full focus, writing down new words, and repeating difficult parts.
A very common mistake is not repeating the same audio multiple times. Listening one time is not enough. When you listen again and again, you start hearing new details, and your brain gets faster at recognizing sounds. Repetition is key for building sharp ears. Finally, some learners make the mistake of comparing themselves with native speakers or fast learners and losing confidence. Remember, listening is a skill that grows slowly but surely if you are consistent. Even native speakers sometimes cannot understand different accents right away. Be patient with yourself. By avoiding these common mistakes and following a smart method, you will see big improvements. Listening is not about working harder, it is about working smarter, step by step.
If you want to improve your listening skills, you need a clear, practical plan that you can follow every day. Randomly listening once in a while is not enough. You need consistency. The first step is to create a daily listening routine. Set aside at least 15 to 30 minutes every single day where you focus only on listening. This can be in the morning while drinking tea, during a bus ride, or at night before sleep. The key is to make listening a habit, just like brushing your teeth. Start with short and clear audio clips. Choose content made for learners, like slow podcasts or short YouTube videos. Listen carefully, pause when needed, and repeat. After you understand the main idea, listen again without pausing. Gradually move to longer audio, like interviews or short stories. This step-by-step method keeps you motivated and prevents frustration. Use the shadowing technique. Listen to a sentence and then immediately repeat it out loud, copying the pronunciation, tone, and rhythm as closely as possible. This trains both your ears and your mouth at the same time, improving listening and speaking together. Mix active and passive listening. Active listening means sitting down with full focus, writing down new words, and repeating difficult parts. Passive listening means keeping English audio playing while doing daily activities like cleaning or exercising. Even if you don't understand everything, your brain gets used to the sounds, and slowly recognition becomes easier. Try to listen to a variety of voices and accents. Don't just stick to one speaker or one accent. English is spoken differently in the USA, UK, Australia, India, and many other places. Exposing your ears to different styles will make you much stronger and ready for real-life situations. Finally, track your progress. Keep a small notebook or digital document where you write what you listened to each day, what new words you heard, and what was difficult. When you look back after a month, you will be surprised at how much you have improved. By following these strategies every day, you will notice a big change. Listening will no longer feel like a struggle. It will become something you enjoy, something that happens naturally, like hearing your favorite music.
One of the biggest breakthroughs in learning English happens when you stop translating in your head and start thinking directly in English. Most learners listen to a sentence, translate it into their native language, and then try to understand it. This process is slow, and by the time you finish translating, the speaker has already said three more sentences. That is why you need to train your brain to connect sounds directly to meaning without translation in between. Listening is the most powerful way to build this skill. When you listen daily, your brain starts to recognize words as whole ideas, not just individual sounds. For example, when you hear, "How are you doing?" you don't need to translate it into your native language. You instantly know it means someone is asking about your condition. This instant recognition is what makes you faster and more natural in conversation. To start thinking in English, choose simple audio and listen repeatedly until you can understand without translating. Then try to visualize the meaning in your mind. If you hear, "The boy is running in the park," imagine a boy running in a park. This helps your brain link English words directly to pictures and actions, not to another language. Another useful exercise is talking to yourself in English after listening. For example, if you heard an audio about breakfast, try to describe your own breakfast in English. This will help you build a connection between what you hear and what you say, making English part of your daily thoughts. It's also important to be patient. Thinking in a new language takes time because your brain is building new connections. At first, you may feel slow or confused, but keep going. The more you listen, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, you will reach a point where you hear something in English and understand it instantly, without any effort. This is the stage where listening turns into thinking, and thinking turns into speaking naturally.
Stories are one of the most powerful tools for learning any language, and listening is no exception. When you listen to a story, you are not just hearing random words. You are following a sequence of events, emotions, and characters. This context makes the words easier to understand